like you, Judy and I have been trying to sort through this political season. It's an interesting time. It's a great time for New Hampshire, once again, through the First in the Nation primary here in New Hampshire in February, to demonstrate how democracy is supposed to work. All right. Not with money, but with ideas and conversations. And today you'll have a conversation with one of the candidates. And it's not easy to sort through the process. I having been through the process myself here, it's not an easy process for anyone to undertake. But it's not easy sometimes just to get messages out, because we so depend upon 30-second sound bites and talking heads. And frankly, for us in New Hampshire, that's not sufficient, is it? We expect to hear from candidates. Well, I'm endorsing this candidate, and I'm going to tell you real simply why. There are only two things I look for in leaders, and we've had some pretty darn good leaders right here in Nashville in our business. And I look for two things: experience and temperament. Do they have the experience to deal with the kind of issues you're going to be dealing with? Tough issues. I mean, we have some tough issues for the country. We always will. That's why leadership is so important. And you know that. And temperament. Do you have the temperament to be president of the United States? Not president of one group or another group or an attempt to segment the United States, but of the entire United States. And as I sorted through all the conversations, and I'm going to keep this as short as possible, the person I believe that can be the President of the United States is Governor Chris Christie. I've gotten to know Governor Chris Christie and his wife Mary Pat over the last 18 months. Governor Chris Christie worked harder than any person I know in their campaigning. Worked harder to represent his state and all the people of his state. Not just part, but all. And let me give you one example of leadership that I think is extraordinary. When Hurricane Sandy hit, it was the second worst natural disaster in our country. This governor went to the scene of the crime, so to speak, and put his all into recovering from that tragedy. To the extent of welcoming the President of the United States and seeking help from the President of the United States. Now, there are those who would criticize Governor Christie for doing that. I applaud him for doing that. I applaud him for putting his citizens first. Not the Republicans, not the Democrats, not the independents, but everybody in New Jersey. That's the kind of leadership we need. Leaders who will put the United States of America first. Who, when they stand up in the morning and do what we just did, recognize it represents all of us. All of us. That's why I support this man. And I wish you all the best, Governor. I'm going to go down there and sit because I want to hear what you have to say. But let me just finish by saying I am grateful for the opportunity to be back here. You don't know what that does to my soul, and how proud I am to be a retiree of BAE Systems and Sanders, by the way. Thank you so much.